Hey everybody, I'm the Midlife YouTuber, and this is Loki. He's gonna go play in the bushes right now, and I'm gonna teach you how to make more money on YouTube, get more views, get more subscribers than you ever thought possible by changing one simple thing. Before I do, as always, I'm gonna ask you to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. So now you're wondering, how can changing one thing make that big of an impact? Well, it's simple. It's the same thing that all the major YouTubers are doing. All the people that you watch every day, all the so-called gurus, all the celebrities, the influencers, they do one thing that you are not doing. And you have a very valid excuse for it. But I'm gonna blow that excuse out of the water, and I'm gonna change your mindset. So the thing that everybody else is doing that you're not doing is you're not treating this like a job. This is a hobby to you. This is something that you're doing, that you're trying to accomplish a task, but you're not taking it serious enough to think like a CEO. Now, if you were the CEO of a major corporation, are you going to allow your people to think about it like it's just not important? Their job is just something that they can walk in and out of? No. That's why all the bullshit lies like, oh, we're a family here at XYZ Corporation come into play. They want you to feel engaged. They want you to feel like you're making a difference. They want you to feel like you're important. When the reality is, in just about every corporation, the CEO doesn't care about you or anybody else that works underneath him. He's driving profits. He's doing what he has to do to affect the bottom line. And the people that succeed in the corporation are the people who help him affect the changes that are necessary to make the bottom line better, so that he gets a bigger bonus and he makes more money. So now you have a YouTube channel, and your goal is to ultimately get monetized and to make money. Because ultimately, probably you want to retire, or you want to leave your job, or even if you just want to make enough money so that you can take lavish vacations and not have the constant worry about paying your bills. Because let's face it, one job without any side gigs, you're struggling. I know you are, I am. I make a good living, but it's never enough. So you need a little bit more. And if you do things the right way on YouTube, you will get the more that you need. You will get more than you need. And isn't that the whole point? Isn't that what we want? To have enough so that we don't have to worry about our bills. We don't have to worry about waking up in the morning and going to a job that we hate. I'm lucky. I don't hate my job, but it's still a job. There are other things with my life that I would like to do. I would like to be on road trips and traveling and going to see new and exciting balls of yarn all over our country. But I can't do that because I have to get up every day and go to work. And even if I had the time to take off and go do these things, I don't have the money to do as much as I would like to. That's why I'm doing the YouTube thing. And that's why I have made over 30 videos in just over 30 days. I've been releasing one video per day, every day, since July 9th of 2025, which coincidentally was my 49th birthday. And I made the decision that before I turn 50, I'm going to effect a change in my life to do the things that I want to do. Enough sitting on my ass and thinking about it and hoping and dreaming for you. Hopes and dreams have to make it happen. So all these other YouTubers, all these people that are making these ridiculous livings, these influencers, they made it their job to make videos. They made it their job to upload content. So now your excuse, I said you have an excuse and it's a valid one, your excuse is going to be, but I have a full-time job, I have a family, I have a life outside of making these videos. True. However, what if you got a second job? Think about it that way. Making a YouTube video is your second job. You're not giving yourself the hours that you need to make the videos. If you're the CEO of your company and you see somebody putting in a lackluster performance, are you just going to allow that, or are you going to have them redo it and make them work at it? You have to manage yourself. You have to manage your YouTube videos the same way you would a company. That's what these other guys are doing. Do you think that the giant guys, Mr. Beast and ThinkLab, these guys aren't just making a quick video and then doing a quick edit and then posting it? They're doing take after take after take. They have 4, 5, 6 different camera angles. They have 2 or 3 different people doing editing on it. And they'll do a first edit, then they'll do a second edit, then they'll do a final edit. Treat this the same way you would a job. Devote the same amount of time that you would as if this was a job. Consider this your second job. And if you had a second job, and someone else was your boss, and they expect 2 hours a day from you, you need to be there for 2 hours. And since it's your business, you don't get to call out sick. You don't get to take a day off. You don't get to come in and just phone it in. You need to do the right thing every time, because the only person it affects is you at the end of the day. So stop thinking about this like a hobby. Stop treating it like it's a hobby. Loki says you need to take it seriously. And that's a fact, Jack, from the Midlife YouTuber. You got to cast out that reel and catch your first fish. And then you got to decide, well, you know what? I'm going to be a fisherman from now on. And this is my job. And every day for 2 hours, every single day, Monday through Friday, or even better yet, Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week. You notice that I had to stop to think about how many fingers 7 was? It's because I'm in the zone. I'm in the acting zone. I'm thinking like a CEO. You think CEOs know how many fingers things are? CEOs can't count. They're too important to count. They have people to count for them. That's how you need to think. You need to think like a CEO. You need to treat this like a job. You need to devote a specific amount of time. Now, I can't tell you how much time that is because everybody's goals are different, and how much time your videos take is going to be different. For me, it could be a couple hours. For you, it could be a couple days. Whatever the case may be, however much time you need to decide how much time you're able and willing to devote to this YouTube journey. I'm a midlife YouTuber. All my kids are grown and out of the house. I'm an empty nester, so I've got time, and I'm devoting that time. I do 3 or 4 hours a day to my YouTube journey. That's me. That's how I was able to do over 30 videos in just over 30 days. 1 video a day. That's my goal. And I'm doing that for 50 days now. 50 videos, 50 days. I have the time to devote. I'm at that place in my life that I can do this, and I'm taking my journey very seriously. I am the CEO of my corporation, and my corporation does nothing but make YouTube videos. And my corporation also strives to improve the quality of these videos and the content of the message. Hopefully this message is striking home with you. Hopefully you're realizing that you haven't been taking this journey seriously.
Are you serious?
And if you're not, that's fine. Not everybody has to. But if it's something that you want to do, if you're using this as a means to an end, if YouTube for you is a way that you're going to be able to retire, or the extra money that you need to finally buy a house, or to put your kids through college, whatever it is that you need this money for, you need to decide that you're going to take this seriously, because if not, you're better off getting a second job. You're wasting your time if you're not going to take this seriously and do what you need to do to succeed. What do CEOs do? There's not a CEO on the planet that shows up and tells everybody, hey guys, we tried. Q3 was trash, but you know, we tried real hard. That's good enough for me. Let's hope that Q4 is better. CEOs don't do that. Good managers don't do that. The owner of a company doesn't do that. They look at it and they go, Q3 was trash. Why was Q3 trash? Why are our expenses so high? Why were sales so low? Why is our profit margin so bad? They bring their teams together. They get people that are smarter than them and better than them, and they come up with a plan and they implement that plan. And sometimes that plan is changing some of the people that work there. But I promise you that the major part of that, the shift, the paradigm shift that occurs when one quarter is horrible or 1 year is horrible, is a change in the mindset. You cannot affect change until you first change your mind. You have to change your thought process. And if your thought process is, I kind of do my videos whenever I have time to do my videos, you need to change that thought process. And you need to make it that I have a specific time every day that I do that. And when somebody calls up and says, hey, you want to go watch the game at the bar? No, I can't, man. I'm working from 8 to 10. Nothing gets between me and making my videos. Nothing prevents me from making my content. Now, that doesn't mean that certain days I have to rearrange my filming schedule or my scripting sessions or whatever it may be. Today's the weekend. I'm filming much earlier than I normally do because I have a family thing to get to later. So I adapt, I change, but I make sure that I put my time in every single day, because if I don't, the only person that I'm hurting is myself. Think like a CEO, change your mindset, take this seriously, and do what you need to do to succeed. And once you put all those things together, you cannot fail unless you quit. And quitting is never an option. So this is the Midlife YouTuber signing off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this video, please.